So I really love Sabrina Carpenter's album Man's Best Friend. And I feel like it did not make as big of waves as Short and Sweet did. I mean, Short and Sweet's got some fantastic pop songs on it. Espresso, Taste, Juno, like it is such a good album. But I do think that Man's Best Friend is a better concept album. And just like Short and Sweet, Man's Best Friend is not there's no title track. So it's just really your overarching idea. And I think what she's doing here is showing how she acts like man's best friend in relationships because she's so willing to kind of put the blame somewhere else or give the man the benefit of the doubt, or put it on herself instead of standing up for herself in a way that might be a little off-putting for a man, but a man could take it. But instead, she is kind of attracting these losers who aren't giving her the attention and the respect that she deserves, but she's also kind of recognizing, especially with the cover, it's a little bit cheeky with her like little smile while she's got her hair like being grabbed and all that. It's like she kind of knows she's putting herself in this position. And like with Man Child, which is kind of the closest thing we have to a title track and is also the opening track, she's really giving you an overview of what her relationships have been for the past, however long. And she's talking about these men who aren't really capable of doing basic things, or they act like they aren't capable of doing these basic things. And she's kind of like calling them out, you're useless, slow, you're a man child. But at the same time, by giving that label, it's almost like she's giving them an out, like, you can't do it. You aren't capable of reaching this level of maturity. And she even says, I choose to blame your mom. Like, she's not putting really the blame on them. It's kind of like, you're just how you are. And by giving them that out, like allowing them to kind of have that weaponized incompetence of, I can't do it, my phone broke. It's like she knows that she's not respecting herself, and in that way, she's making it easy for these men to want to connect with her and be with her, but it's not creating anything substantial because she's not pushing back when she probably needs to. And then you see that again in Tears, where she's literally talking about how hot it makes her for you to do the bare minimum, do the dishes, have some respect for women. Those things are being praised as like, you're going to get some because you do literally like what a normal person would do to take care of the house. And you are just being an active participant in this relationship. Oh my gosh, you're incredible. And it's like she's giving those outs of, you only have to do the bare minimum and I will praise you for it. And again, that's kind of this idea of the man's best friend. She's allowing them to do very little and get all of these rewards. So of course they're going to want to like get to know her, hang out with her, if she's willing to have such low standards. It's really about her low standards in a way. And then you look at like My Man on His Willpower and Sugar Talking. That's more getting into like the current relationship that she is going through a breakup with. And it feels a little bit more like maybe less of the, oh, he's doing all of these bad things, but he's not giving her the attention that she expects. And kind of like a dog, like a man's best friend, when he does give her that attention, she's like so excited. Not to quote Tolerate It by Taylor Swift, but she's waiting by the door like a little kid. She's like, please come, please be with me. And if you will give me that attention, then I'm willing to do whatever to make this relationship work. And you see that in We Almost Broke Up again, where it's like they're drifting apart, things aren't going well, and as soon as they're back in the same place, they're intimate together, and then everything's okay. And it seems like we're not really having those hard conversations about what's going on with the relationship, and instead we're just relying on the physical to keep us together. And that's very much more of like not giving yourself the respect of I need more, and instead, because you're here, I'm going to give you what you want, and then hopefully you'll stay. And that is more of that man's best friend idea of we're not equals, and instead I'm doing what you want me to do. And again, it's not like she doesn't know that she's doing this. She even, like, I don't remember what song it is, but she talks about how it is, I think it might be Almost Broke Up. She talks about how it is kind of embarrassing for her that she's doing this. Like, she knows that it's a bit embarrassing. And you go to Nobody's Son, and in Nobody's Son, she's talking about how he's broken up with her. And he kind of does it in a cold way, it seems like. Very impersonal. I hope you're great. I think it's time we took a break so that I can grow. And she's so mad. She's so upset. But she's kind of placing the blame on his mother. She's like, there's nobody's son left for me to believe in. It's the way you're raising him that is causing him to act this way. So in that way, she's, again, giving the men the out. She's choosing to blame the mom instead of this is what the man has done and this is what he's done wrong. I do feel like the first half of the album is where the concept really, really shines, but I still feel like you're getting that from When Did You Get Hot even feels like she's really like, how hot is this guy? Or is she just trying to connect in a way and willing to kind of lower her standards in order to be with someone and to just connect with someone again. I think Go-Go Juice is very much a man's best friend into the booty call side of it all. Like, what guy doesn't like it if you're texting drunk, like, hey, come over, let's have some fun because I'm brokenhearted. So it's, again, kind of letting the man get what he wants. And it's like, obviously she's like kind of trying to get over it as well. So it's not, I don't think that this is all just like man bashing per se, but it is more of just this idea that she is kind of putting herself in a vulnerable spot where she's giving the men control, even though she, I think, knows that she deserves more. And I do think House Tour is just fun. Like a date went well, and let's be hilarious. But then Don't Worry, I'll Make You Worry, I feel like is the flip. It's the flip where she's like, because of the way men have treated me, now you're going to be woman's best friend, but I'm going to treat you kind of in this way where when I give you attention, it's amazing, but when I'm not giving you attention, you're going to feel really worried and kind of like have this really bad attachment to me where it's like, I'm not giving you anything solid, and instead I'm making you worry. The title. So it's almost like after going through all of this, now she's not sure how she's going to go about treating whoever she's with, and maybe she's not going to give them the she's not going to be vulnerable and give them that chance to hurt her, and instead is going to treat them in a bad way, you know, hurt people kind of vibes. And then Goodbye's just an amazing closing. I don't know that it's necessarily like completely with that man's best friend, but maybe it's more getting away from that. Like, I'm done with you. Goodbye means that you're losing me for life. We're not going to keep playing this game where I'm waiting for you to call. I'm waiting at the door for you, and instead I'm going to move on and make that life for myself without you. And hopefully maybe start choosing herself and, you know, girl, get up. Choose yourself. But thank you for making an amazing album about not choosing yourself and how that ultimately doesn't work. It doesn't make someone stay because you're being the perfect girlfriend, because you're doing everything that this person wants them to be. That doesn't change them, doesn't make them grow up from a man-child, and it doesn't do anything for you but really hurt you. And I think she really is kind of playing with that idea, and instead of being embarrassed about it or covering it up, she's really exploring it and what this kind of cycle that she keeps doing is causing her in the relationships that she's having. And hopefully maybe we'll see next time she puts out music how she's continued to evolve with this idea, and hopefully it is a different a different way that she's treating herself, because she's Sabrina Carpenter. She deserves to have someone who's just like worshiping her, obviously, as most women do. But yeah, I just think it is a really strong concept. I also just love the way it flows together. I feel that Jack Antonoff influence in the way that the songs really like go together, tell a story for sure. I think it's very big and musical. It makes me feel like I'm watching a musical when I listen to it, which I think is a really fun way to listen to an album. Yeah, so Man's Best Friend, good concept album. Thank you so much for listening if you did. I'll see you later. Bye.